What's good with you people? Louthewritersports back with you once again. Hope everybody taking care of themselves, staying safe out there, and basically living their lives. All right, let's talk about it. Well, with Ben Simmons being a new addition to the Brooklyn Nets, a whole lot of questions gotta be asked now. Can Ben Simmons finally come up with a jump shot? Now he's playing with Kevin Durant. And is he gonna be a lockdown defender and a great rebounder? Also another question I'm gonna ask. Now, what I really want to ask about is, say that Ben Simmons goes out there and averages almost close to a triple double every game in like 12 to 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. Like he got that great opportunity. You playing with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, Patty Mills, Steph Curry. You basically you playing with knockdown shooters. With knockdown shooters. Also, I can also see Ben Simmons taking on the key defensive assignments like guarding guarding Embiid, guarding the big man on the other team. Because I was watching this other YouTube video earlier. They talking about Ben Simmons may play a little center. Then that kind of got me to the question. I know it ain't gonna happen this year, but what if what if next year Ben Simmons end up being an MVP candidate? What if he end up going out there and putting up crazy numbers? Like when it comes to MVPs, you got to ask that question: is it about points, or is it about that a guy who can do almost everything on the court and play on both ways, offensively and defensively? Because Ben Simmons got an opportunity not only earn rebounds, assists, and defense, and play great defense, he can probably end up averaging like 12 to 15 points a game. Like Ben Simmons still got to go out there with something to prove. Like people always have got on about not having a jump shot, and we have said plenty of times, if you earn some type of cycle of a jump shot, then he may win the MVP. Like I know we're gonna have some people jump down my throat about this, but you got to ask yourself, how good would this Brooklyn team be next year with a full roster on the court? With Ben Simmons, with Kevin Durant, with Kyrie Irving. And what if they bring back great Blake Griffin, DeMarcus Aldridge? Like everybody knows that everybody hoping, you got a certain media of people hoping this Brooklyn Nets experiment fails. they're hoping it spells because in spite of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, because you got certain media people who don't want to see Brooklyn do great. You got certain media people who don't want to see Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant do great. Like, don't get me wrong, Ben Simmons is an okay player, but I have gotten on his ass a couple of times about his performances in certain playoff games and certain opportunities to show that he can be a dominant player. And people need to remember, he is playing with Kevin Durant. And it's the possibility Kevin Durant can help him with his jump shot, help him be that player that everybody think he can be. Now, the main question y'all probably going to ask, like, Ben Simmons can't win an MVP because he's playing with KD and Kyrie Irving. Like, why are you going to give an MVP to a guy playing on fully loaded team? Look, that fully loaded team has not done shit since they came together. So him trying to win the MVP will probably be like validation for his career. And he just need that one great season where people can finally get off his damn back about shooting, about being who he is. And Ben Simmons knows this is his last chance to show that he belongs in the NBA as a superstar. His last chance to show that he can be established as a real player. See, this is see, this is what they hoping that Ben Simmons ends up becoming. Like I said before, he really don't got to do that much. All he got to do go out there, average 10 to 12 points, get 7 or 8 rebounds, 7 or 8 assists, and play great defense, and that's that. Now, if he going out there and doing that every night, putting up 10 to 15 points, averaging 8 to 9 rebounds a night, um, um, giving 7 or 8 assists a night, and playing great defense, then of course he should be considered for MVP next year. But here's the problem: he's not going to be an MVP because they're going to say, "Oh, you're not putting up enough points." Because basically that's what it is now. If you don't put up enough points, you ain't getting the MVP. Like if you're averaging around 38 to 40 points a game, then your MVP chances are hell no. It seems to me that if you ain't LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, um, Dame Lillard, those certain those Kawhi, and KD, those type of guys. If you ain't doing that, if you ain't putting up points like they are, they will not look at you as an MVP. I thought when you're an MVP, that means you're doing everything on the court to help your team win. That means rebounding, assists, points, defense. So you telling me if you play both ways, you can't win an MVP? You got to start putting up stats and points? Because I can name several times that I thought Chris Paul should have won the MVP because he was doing everything for his team. Well, no matter what team Chris Paul was playing on, he was still doing that, going out there and doing everything to help his team win. So this is the major format now. If you're not putting up 40 to 50 points, then you can't be an MVP. Then you're an MVP candidate. If you ain't doing that every night, then you ain't no MVP candidate. Because I thought being an MVP meaning that you helped your team not only win, but you did everything you could to help them win, like get rebounds, assists, points, defense. And basically, if Ben Simmons goes out there next year and average 10, 10, and 10, he basically he can average a triple double every game. Cause you're gonna have KD, you're gonna have Patty Mills, you're gonna have Kyrie, you're gonna have the weapons around you that do that. But what I know, I never played the game of basketball. I never been on major level. I just know what I see on that court. I just know what I see on TV. I just know what I see on that court. And I'm not saying Ben Simmons gonna win the MVP this year. I'm just saying next year when he gets a chance to play a full season with KD, with Kyrie Irving, with Patty Mills, with Steph Curry, and who knows who else gonna be on that team, he may have an opportunity next year. I'm just saying, so like y'all was raved, and like y'all was rave about Westbrook getting triple doubles and Westbrook, LeBron, and all those other guys getting triple doubles, and y'all always saying it's like you can't be the best without averaging triple double or double double in each and every game. You have a 6'10" guy who can probably go out there and do that, probably do the things that he should be doing. Who can probably average a triple double or a double double every game. As long as he's helping the team to win, so it matter what he's doing out there. He doing as long as he's doing the right things to help his team not only get a great playoff spot, but a great opportunity to win championship. You gonna sit up there and tell me that should not be a chance for a player like Ben Simmons to win the MVP? See, people think like I don't like the way Ben Simmons did Philadelphia to get himself out of Philly for not going on that court and playing for his team. And honestly, his contract and the way he got out of Philly is wrong and it sucked in all levels. I don't like the way he did that, but he did it. Now that you're playing for Brooklyn, you got to produce. You can't be playing like you've been playing over the past couple of years. All this emotion bullshit that you say you're going through is bullshit. Cause you ain't going through nothing. You just lazy as hell. And if you play that way in Brooklyn, they're gonna the media is gonna really get on your ass then. And plus, if you feel like people jumping on your case too much, then don't play basketball no more. Then what's up, man? Because the game of basketball is about basically helping your team win, being on that court, giving everything you can to get your team not only victories but probably hopefully deep runs in the playoffs and championships. It's about your legacy. It's about how people feel about you when you're done. Your playing days are done. So, if y'all want to come in and talk about Ben Simmons, MVP chances for next year, there's the link. We can talk. We can talk about break it down because I'm just saying if you can average 10 to 12 points a game, 8 to 9 rebounds, 7 or 8 assists a game, and play great defense, if you're doing all that, you should be a candidate for the MVP next year. It shouldn't matter how many. It shouldn't matter how many points you put up a night. It should matter about what you do on that court that not only help your team win, but to help the organization out. And put Ben Simmons, you cannot be bullshitting this time. You want it out of Philly, you got out. You in Brooklyn now. You playing with KD. You playing with Kyrie Irving. And also, if people look at you as a superstar, as a star in the NBA, it's time for as a star and the type of money you're getting, you gotta reduce, man. You gotta put up those numbers. You can't be captain no more, man. You gotta come in, play your ass off and start putting up numbers like that. You can't be out there and have doing the work. And right now, when Ben Simmons goes out there and have to do the work, somebody need to start getting on his ass, man. You can't. That's the problem. That's the problem right now. You don't got no real leaders to get on Ben Simmons' ass for being playing lazy, playing half cocked. This is a game of basketball. If you really care about your legacy and your future, and how you want to end your legacy, you need to start playing like a star. Because I know you don't want MB to end up winning the championship for you, getting the NBA championship. Because right now MB talking crap about you, and I know you don't like that crap. You gotta start taking a stand, and the best way for you to start taking a stand, you gotta do it now. You can't keep waiting for people to help you to lift you up. So I want to say something real quick. I just saw two raw video on Candace Parker saying that dumb shit about LeBron, saying he's been more impactful when it comes to social issues than anybody in history. I'm like, what? What, lady? Do you know your history about the guys who've been more impactful when it comes to social injustice? What about Muhammad Ali? What about Jim Brown? What about Bill Russell? What about those guys? What they had to go through? If it wasn't for those guys, we would not be, LeBron would not have the chance to play in the NBA today. LeBron would not have the opportunities he have today in sports if it wasn't for Bill Russell, Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, the bar. Come on. You wrong for that one, Kansas. I don't know what is what's in your mindset right now, Kansas Parker. Like seriously, what is wrong? What's in your mindset? You understand Muhammad Ali's lost a couple years of his prime because he stood for what he stand for. You understand he threw his gold medal in the river because he ain't like. What's up, Polo?
Brother Lou, what's going on, brother?
I know you saw that. I know you saw with Too Raw that video with Too Raw just a couple minutes ago. Did you?
Yes, sir.
What is wrong with Kansas Parker?
You talking about implementation issues, or were you talking about concerning? I think it was because he posted several of them.
I can barely hear you right now, Polo. You somewhere? You somewhere else right now?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Right. I hear it, echo.
Hold on.
Okay. Now, what? What's specific? As far as I know, I'm touching, or I'm guessing you're talking about the one that he posted in terms of MJ being more I mean, LeBron having a more of a challenge, or which one are you talking about? In terms of two,
I just saw the one where Kenneth Parker just said LeBron James was more of an impact in social justice than any athlete ever in history.
no, it wasn't. Absolutely not. And of course, they're gonna do that type of thing because he's the face. But there are guys that did way more behind the scenes and also took a stand more than LeBron. I mean, let's start off with Craig Hodges. You know what I'm saying? That's the obvious. Then on top of that, hey, some people love it, some people hate it, but you got to go with Colin Kaepernick because what he's doing now is starting to sit in well with the NFL. Then let's talk about nobody talked about this either. I know you know about this. When I saw Chris Jackson do that, hey, um, I remember it like it was yesterday. Or I remember that like it was yesterday. They demonized it. So for us to sit up here and say, and then the other figures, you know what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown. Nobody talked about what Kareem did and his impact. Nobody talked about Bill Russell. LeBron was never getting spit on. LeBron was never getting, well, he probably got death threats. We know that. But LeBron probably wasn't getting cigarettes flicked on him. LeBron didn't do what they did in Corey Road in terms of Texas Western having five black players by Don Haskins in Texas Western being able to break the color barrier. So when we talk about some of those things, man, we got to actually put context to that. Hey, Candace Parker, I like how you speak out, but man, she's on cap.
That's what I'm saying too, man. Like, how much did they pay you for say go on live TV and say that crap? How much did they pay her to say that crap? I'm like, don't you know your history on African Americans? What those athletes had to go through? Like what Bill Russell had to go through playing in Boston with all the racist comments he heard every day from his own fans. And what about Muhammad Ali? He had to give up a couple years of his prime because he believed in something. Because he believed in something.
A true sacrifice.
Like he wasn't even make he was not even making money at that time. He had to sacrifice that. I'm like,
I,
Kansas.
Jackie Robinson. I mean, we could go on and on, Lou. The whole Harlem Globetrotters team. Everybody thinks that the Harlem Globetrotters were all about show and it was a happy time. No, you know about the Harlem Globetrotters history. They didn't even start off in Harlem. What they had to go through in terms of starting off in Chicago, and Chicago was much more racist than a place like
Like, do you need money that bad that it's gonna cloud your judgment? Have they brought it's like I'm like Kansas Parker, had they brought you off like that? Uh,
they're doing everything that they can to try to become powerful. They're willing to sell their soul, and she's doing it
You know something, Polo. It made me kind of question: did they force her to come um a lesbian if when she didn't want to do it?
I've often questioned the same thing, brother. I've often,
Because see, think about it. Before she
I've
got that
often
divorce,
questioned.
it seemed like she was happy being married to Shelton Williams, and out the blues, I think she was almost seemed like she was pressing into getting that divorce and hooking up with a female that's so she can, I don't know, stay in the league or what. Like
On time,
right now,
she came.
like right now, I think you got certain athletes who are in the media now from the peer pressure. They saying no, you got to talk like this. You gotta say this about LeBron. You gotta kiss his butt. And if you don't kiss his butt, then you are out the job.
Right, exactly. Because I distinctly remember Candace Parker always being about Kobe. She was all about Kobe. She loved Kobe to death, man.
And for her, and don't get me started. Oh, I saw a video the other day how LeBron went behind Kobe back and talked to the head coach.
Well, listen, I'm not gonna say up here that I knew about the whole entire situation, but think about this, Luke, and put two and two together, put the puzzle together, right? Do you remember when Kobe did an interview when he was with the Beijing team and they were asking him, you know, a lot of questions? What do you remember Kobe specifically saying? He said, "Hey, I'm just over here just to play defense. When they need me, hey, I'll be there. But for right now, my whole focus is defense." Think about why he said that. And now you see you put two and two together about Krzyzewski pulling out the laptop, pointing out stuff like that, and he was like, you know what? And so actually, Kobe did the smart thing, and guess what? Hey, then they were begging for Kobe when it came time to play Spain, right? When they were struggling. Guess who bailed them out? It was Kobe, and it was Melo, combination of Melo. But they were saying that he was shooting the ball too much, right?
No, LeBron went up was the one saying, "Oh, get him! Stop taking too many shots." I'm
Yeah,
like,
right, exactly, right. But he,
I'm like, I was like, this motherfucker right here. Who you think you are? You can't talk to Kobe like a man in his face. If you got a problem with talking to him like a man, you want to go behind his back and go to the coaches. That's what he does, Polo. He always go behind people back and try to get them to do it instead of him doing it.
well, look, I just know this. Um, I try to focus on what Kobe. At the end of the day, Lou, guess what happened? They ended up winning the gold because of Kobe. It was because of the inconsistent play of everybody else. And like I just said before, it was Melo and it was Kobe, but mainly Kobe that came through in the end to show them, look, I can play defense. I can play both ends of the floor. It doesn't matter. But when you need me to score, I can go ahead and I can capitalize when I have my opportunity. That's what made Kobe so great.
Well, people don't understand some of those bad shots he was taking. He was trying to get himself in rhythm. Like when he's in rhythm, he's unstoppable. Now, on the whole Ben Simmons situation, I think this year, if he goes out there and average 12, 8, and 7, and play great defense, he may be a candidate for the MVP.
Whoa.
The think about Polo, he gonna have opportunities to average what 7 or 8 assists a game, 8 and 9 rebounds a game, and probably put up like 10 to 15 points every night. Because people gonna be more worried about KD and Kyrie Irving than Ben Simmons, right?
Okay, I'm not gonna go that far, Lou. I'm not gonna say an MVP candidate because we have to when you talk about the MVP candidate, I mean you have to take into account the whole entire season. You know what I'm saying? In the body of work, and especially when you
He may.
consider.
I was just saying he may end up going out there and doing that every night. But the problem is the problem. He ain't gonna. Another reason why he ain't gonna win MVP because they're gonna be like, oh, he ain't putting up 35 to 40 points a game.
Well, no. I got to disagree with you on that. Okay, look, no, you were right what you said first about 12, 13 points. The point total, I don't think they would look at. They would look at the impact that he had because you remember when James Harden was playing, Lou, when he first came, everybody was on Chicken's channel. They was like, yeah, man, he's an MVP candidate. I think it was only a handful of guys. It was me, Ticket, a couple of other guys was like, nah. He said, I still remember what you did in Houston. He's playing good, but he's not quite no MVP candidate at this point in time. But I mean, if it's that type of situation where he's playmaking and stuff like that, not having to put up 30 points and everything like that, yeah, it could be very beneficial. But we got to look at some of these other guys in the East that they're going to look at too, and what their body of work has been. They're going to look at, well, you done had a time to rest, chill. These guys have been playing since the beginning of the season, so I think that they
I'm
would
not.
take.
I'm not saying this season. I'm talking about next year.
Oh, you talking about next year? Okay. I thought you meant the second half of the season. Well, yeah, next year, yeah. I I'll give you that, Luke. I'll give you that, Luke. But he doesn't need
Because
to. He doesn't need to score 30.
I'm looking like this. You know how Chris Paul goes to a different team and have an impact. He's not putting up on crazy points. He just doing everything on the court to help his team win. If Ben Simmons next year can do that same type of impact like Chris Paul, then you got at least put him in the top 10, top 10, top 5 at MVP.
Yeah, that's fact. And but the most important thing is he's got to have he's got to be able to gel with those guys, and they got to have a good record too. I mean, I can't stress that enough. They got to be at a good record because if they're not at a good record, Luke, guess who they'll focus their attention on? It's gonna be on Ben. They're gonna make him out to be, oh well, if Ben Simmons would have came here, then it would have been his problem. Or they might try to blame Kyrie. But
I think this too. I think next year Kyrie Irving gonna lead the team in points. KD is gonna be KD. Go out there and probably put up like 25 to 27 points a game.
uh,
I think Patty Mills and Steph Curry is gonna be the two guys knocking down shots. And Joe Hurd, you can also have Joe Hurd out there too. And they talk and people. I was looking into some other video. People think Ben Simmons should play center, play point center.
Yeah, Lou. I was thinking the same thing, sort of like a Jokic, and he handles not to take anything away from Jokic, but his game is more fluid. His game is more smoother than Jokic's, and he's much faster and much more athletic. So he could play that inside out game. Hey, Lou, you were on the money when you had talked about putting center in the front court, and look what happened when he played in that series against Washington. It worked wonders. When Embiid was out, when Embiid was out, remember saying that, and so I could see that happen. But it's all going to come down. It's all going to come down to his attitude and his work ethic. Look, last night when we were on my stream, remember I said Ben Simmons with a stop and pop jumper will be extremely deadly.
And you got the guy on your team right now to teach you a stop and pop jumper.
Who are you talking? Oh, you talking about KD?
KD and DeMarcus Alford.
Mm-hmm.
DeMarcus Alford, he's 6'11". He can hit that pop. He can hit that mid range jumper himself.
Right.
Like he may not be playing next year, but this year, but if he can keep Ben Simmons that this off season, then how the hell you gonna stop Brooklyn?
Man, Brooklyn's gonna be scary, man. Especially when Ben Simmons. Because, like I said, Lou, I was thinking about what you said, man. I've been thinking about it for the past couple of days and stuff, and I'm like, man, Lou got a point, man. Because if Ben Simmons is working and bounces back, and then he gets chemistry developed with KD and Kyrie, and then on top of that, he gets his groove back. He's gonna be, man. This dude is gonna be a terror. I listen. I've never said that Ben Simmons is garbage. I want people to understand that, Lou. You've never heard me say that out of my mouth, and everybody else out of all the time we talk. I've always talked about his attitude, but talent wise, man, Ben Simmons with a hungry Ben Simmons, like playing out of his mind with a mentality of like a Jordan or Kobe, and his size and his athleticism. Like he gets to the basket so effortlessly, man. So without no effort, so effortlessly, man. It like this guy can get to the rack with a first step, maybe 1, 2 steps, he's already there. Am I lying?
I want you to think about this too, Pablo. If Ben Simmons don't get that shit done this year, I would don't be proud to get traded to the Washington Wizards for Kyle Kuzma.
Whoa, shit. You think they want a guy like Kyle?
Hey, he's the 6'9" guy who can knock down shots
And he can rebound.
and play defense.
Hold on 1 minute, Lou. Yeah. Um, Kyle Kuzma, man, that would be a good fit though too. And then that's another long guy. And Kyle Kuzma, I don't think people understand how good of a rebounder he
Hey, it's like this. Sean March cannot keep on waiting on guys to show up when they need to. He gotta start being a cutthroat GM.
is. I agree with that. You know, Lou, man, that man, you on the money, bro. Yeah, and we don't like to say that, but you do got to be true. Look, as much as I hate Danny Ainge, listen, it worked and it helped them get a championship. Now I don't agree with what he did. Of course, I don't agree with what he did with Isaiah Thomas, but everybody got their own ways of being true. Listen, to a certain extent, one could argue that Jerry West is true in a way, not in terms of him throwing people under the bus or nothing like that. In order to get shit done, man, you gotta be a little cutthroat.
Hey, he knows what it's like to win the championship. He was there when he won with Kobe and them. And yeah, like he was a player. He understand how the business goes. And plus, Ben Simmons knows this may be the best opportunity of his whole career to win a championship. If y'all here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that share my content. Once again, trying to break down Ben Simmons and what impact is it gonna have on Brooklyn. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this right now. I want to thank Polo for coming by. I want to thank Travis Allen. I want to thank everybody who's been supporting me so far through this whole um with my whole channel and everything. I promise I'm gonna try to do better and try to bring you better content. Other than that, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can get the notification when I go live. And other than that, thank y'all for all support and the cash app and everything else. And I'll holler at y'all probably tonight or tomorrow. Other than that, peace.